Like many other phones that go below the $200 mark, the Moto G Play 2023 from Motorola has a lot of caveats to its name. Whether it is a good purchase or not, it really depends on your specific needs and the sacrifices you are ready to make when it comes to user experience, features, and specs. Even when it comes to the shortcomings that affordable phones come with, however, there is a bare minimum that should be met, and the Moto G Play 2023 fails to do so in one major area: performance. When the lack of processor power starts to affect the most mundane of interactions we have with our handsets, that is when owning one can become a bit unbearable. The Moto G Play 2023 comes in a cardboard eco-friendly box that is plastic-free and recyclable, while the logo and text have been imprinted with using soy ink. Suffice to say, we have to give Motorola kudos here for being environmentally aware. As for the contents inside the box, you will find the phone itself, a SIM tool, guides, a charging cable, but also something less common nowadays, a charger. It is a 10W charger, but still. The Motorola G Play 2023 does not have what you would call an impressive spec sheet, but that is to be expected at this price point. After all, this is a phone that is below the $200 mark. The only impressive characteristic of the Moto G Play 2023 is its battery and the 90Hz screen refresh rate. Frankly, even the massive battery is not something uncommon for affordable handsets. We are talking about a massive phone here. The Moto G Play 2023 almost felt like a mini tablet instead of a large phone when I picked it up. For context, it is even slightly bigger than the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra or the iPhone 14 Pro Max, both of which are some of the most massive phones on the market. It was a bit uncomfortable to hold the Moto G Play. The power and volume buttons on the right side of the frame were easy enough to reach and press, but I cannot say the same about the fingerprint reader that's on the back. For some bizarre reason, Motorola has decided that it should be placed as high as aesthetically possible on a device that is extremely tall. Navigating the screen was also difficult. When it comes to the build quality, it feels overall solid for a phone of this caliber. Yes, it has a plastic back and frame, but that's only to be expected for $169. Plastic is lighter than glass/metal, though, so in the case of this monstrous size it kind of acts as a plus, as it makes it lighter in the hand and pocket. Also, the Moto G Play 2023 has an IP52 rating, meaning it is protected against dust and can handle some light rain, but should not be submerged under water or exposed to any extreme conditions. The display on this affordable Motorola is arguably one of the better things going for it. It might come with a resolution of just 720 by 1600 pixels, but at least it measures at 6.5 inches. If lower resolution doesn't bother you that much and you are okay with making that sacrifice, then this is a massive plus. It's worth mentioning that the viewing angles are quite bad, but let's be honest, one usually stares directly at a phone's screen. Of course, it's hard not to mention the 90Hz refresh rate, which is surprising in this category. That said, there is a huge caveat here, but we will get back to that later when we talk about the Moto G Play's performance. The camera system on the Moto G Play 2023 consists of 3 cameras, but really, only 2 of them actually function as such. The main camera has 16 MP and can deliver surprisingly acceptable snapshots and video considering the phone's price. In short, it is perfectly adequate for taking quick photos or clips to share with your friends, provided that you have plenty of light to work with. You also get a 2MP macro snapper that, well, it's there. The quality on this one is somewhat alright, but you probably won't feel too tempted to use it often. This is the one. This is the part that might be a complete deal-breaker for many potential buyers, because when it comes to performance it is safe to say that it is the Moto G Play's weakest selling point. The phone lags, and I am not only referring to tasks that require intense computing power. Even when it comes to scrolling through menus and simply navigating the software, the new Moto G Play experiences hiccups. Of course, that is mainly thanks to its rather weak MediaTek Helio G37 processor and the 3GB of RAM. This is why it is hard to experience the smoothness a 90Hz display refresh rate usually comes with, making that feature wasted on this phone. The lack of power becomes even more obvious whenever you try something more demanding, like taking photos or playing games. Hopefully this issue gets fixed with a software update or two in the future, at least to a more acceptable level. Listen, with the specs that it has and the extremely affordable price that Motorola is selling it, these results here should not come as any surprise. The thing is, that there are people out there who would be able to tolerate the lag and stutters. In fact, some might even not notice them. One more significant downside are the storage options. Well, it is just one in this case, a maximum of 32GB. However, you do have expandable storage via a dedicated microSD card slot, so you can easily expand and counter this problem. Given the alternatives that are available for just a few more dollars, it is quite hard to recommend the Motorola Moto G Play 2023. It has some great things going for it, but most of them are ruined by the extremely slow processing power which prevents the phone from delivering the bare minimum when it comes to a smooth and uninterrupted user experience. If you can overlook this major setback with the new Moto G Play, then all the good it offers might still be of worth to you. Otherwise, you are probably better off shifting your attention to something else around the $200 mark.